Keeper of Scams is from the future. That's true. We're going to be flying the gigantic Skyhawk. The biggest Skyhawk you've ever seen. I'm going to get rid of the window reflections, instrument reflections, static. I'll keep the fairings though. I like the fairings. Do you guys like the fairings? I like the fairings. Alright, hopefully our G1000 is working. Let me see if I can get that going. I also better put that up. There we go. Resize the camera. There we go, the G1000. Operational to some degree. Hopefully. Let me just go like that. Yeah, like that. Just like that. Should work. Alright, this is the Carenado Skyhawk, my favorite Skyhawk. I'm trying to get Jared or someone to do a livery for me, but haven't heard back on that yet. Battery on. Please tell me this is going to work. Let's disable that. Drag that down here. Yeah, we're going to have to resize it. Okay, that's fine. Excuse me. So I have to resize this window. How does that one look? That's pretty close. Actually, that might work right there. Well, no. Just a little bit bigger. Resizing it so my buttons match up. A little bit bigger. There's a way to make this so it's working better, but as far as apparently I can go in and do the no bezel option, but ooh, I think that works. Let's see if it works. Transponder. Yep, it works. All right, cool. All right. I have sim from one day. Never tried to fly sim before in Skyhawk as a plane. I choose to learn it. It's not going. Can you please make flight plan in X1000 and program autopilot? Yeah, we're going to do all that good stuff today. Yep, for sure. Back to the basics. So with any Skyhawk, we want to go full mixture. Fuel pump can come on for a little bit. Crack the throttle just a little bit here. We just turned it over. Alternator on. And avionics coming on. Shall wait. Turn the fuel pump off. The question is whether or not we want to do the PE. I think I will just depart VFR. Stay clear of the Class Charlie. Pilotedge connect. Call sign today is 572 Delta X-ray. Even though we're flying something else on FS economy.
Connected to Pilotedge.
Clear takeoff 1 right, United 258.
Oh, is that Brad? Did I just hear Brad? Saw white. So is that just another screen? Yeah, the G1000 is another screen, and the buttons and the knobs work. So yeah. Alright, I'm going to focus in on this here for a moment. Let's do Control 5 for that.
San Luis Tower, 5 Delta Lima on 3 mile final for runway 29.
I'm going to change, as you look up here in the top right, you'll see the frequency change.
Lima runway 29 clear land, wind 330 at 5.
Cleared land 5 Delta Lima.
I'm also trying out SkyMax Pro. I guess I should probably put that in the stream title maybe. Morty UK, hello. Sorry, so yeah, we're at Van Nuys, by the way. Van Nuys, we're going to tune over to 266. And that's clearance. I think we'll just call clearance and we'll get like a squawk code. Little flight following up to our airport. More to UK, how are you doing? The other thing we're doing today besides flying is we're watching our stock options. Maybe in cruise we'll talk a little bit about the stock option action going on. Iron Condor, I believe, is on the golf course today. All right, we're going to an airport called, I think it's called Kelso Valley, which is Charlie November 37, I believe. Yeah, Charlie November 37. So let's file a flight plan. So over here on the Pilotedge.com website, we're going to click on File a Flight Plan. We'll just do, actually we don't need a flight plan per se because I'm going to do VFR, yeah. So we'll just do flight following. So I'm going to click on flight plan. That brings up that, and then I'll click on menu, delete flight plan. We're going KVNY to
Yeah, contact departure. Departure 258, good day.
Charlie November 37. There we go. So that's in there.
Yeah, 258, Las Vegas departure, radar contact.
And then we're going to do altitude. So as you see here, as I rotate this knob down here in the lower left, you'll see my altitude change here. We'll change it up to 3,000. And then we're going to set our altimeter, which is 2971. So I'm going to rotate this knob on the hardware panel. So that is 2971. Low. There, by the way, there's a convective Sigmet around this area. Yep, that's the SimGear G1000 Sneaky Danish. Yep. Matt Sim Pilot, what are you trying to post? What are you trying to post? All right, so that's good there. All right, let's call for clearance. All right, so in a flight following, we want to give them our call sign, our requesting flight. We're a Skyhawk, slant golf, requesting flight following to Kelso Charlie November 37 at 3,000.
San Luis Tower, 5 Delta Lima, holding short at Foxtrot, requesting taxi to Eastern Hangars.
Delta Lima, taxi to parking via Alpha, have a good day.
Taxi via Alpha, U2, 5 Delta Lima.
I think we'll just try to go at 5,000. Try to go at 5,500. Can you switch the RSG 1000 to display the MFD? It's only the PFD. Yeah, I have to get a second one if I want the MFD. You have a weird icon next to the plane I want to rent, but I don't know what it means. It's probably, is it a, yeah, it means it, yeah, it needs repairs. Yeah, B2's got the answer there. All right, finance. Van Nuys clearance, November 572 Delta X-ray. Skyhawk 172 request flight following to Charlie November 37 cruising at 5,500, and we are slant golf.
Vfr 2 Delta X-ray, Van Nuys clearance, departure frequency 134.2, squawk 1702.
Yeah, 1702, 572 Delta X-ray. Alright, so we'll come back down here and we'll type in, we'll click the code button on the bottom and we'll type in 1702. And then transponder, we'll say altitude reporting.
Yeah, 258, contact Los Angeles Center, 134.65.
Now we're going to change the frequency over to ATIS. ATIS here is 12755. So I'm going to rotate that knob to 12755. Put that over there.
10. Few clouds at 6,000. Temperature 13. Dew point 6. Altimeter 2971. Arriving and departing runways 16 left, 16 right. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information, Juliet. Van Nuys Airport, ATIS information, Juliet. 1451 Zulu. Wind variable at 4. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 6,000. Temperature 13. Dew point 6. Altimeter 2971. Arriving and departing runways 16 left,
See if
16
that
right.
matches up.
Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information, Juliet.
Alright, I'm going to turn over to ground 121.7.
Van Nuys Airport, ATIS information, Juliet. 1451 Zulu.
Okay, 121.7, then tower, I'm assuming. That we're going to get 16 right. So tower for 16 right is 19.3, so we'll put 19.3 in the standby. Alright. Good morning, Ryan 83B. I'll be just right back. Just 1 minute, please. Be right back.
Yeah, 258, contact Los Angeles Center, 133.2. November 605, how far are you on? Yeah, 258, Los Angeles Center, climb maintain level 360.
Alright, back with you. Alright, I'm going to put my altitude up to 5,500. Alright, now I need to tell them where we are. We're at the north hangars. Good morning, Ding Driver. Van Nuys clearance, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray, north hangars, taxi with Juliet.
Cessna 572 Delta X-ray, Van Nuys ground, runway 16 right, taxi via Alpha Charlie.
16 right via Alpha Charlie, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray. Alright, parking brake coming off. How do you change altitude when you don't IRL Garmin? You just rotate this altitude knob right down there. You can rotate that altitude knob right there and that'll change it. Alright, coming out of the hangar. Got a little bit of flaps. There's a very famous movie about this airport, which is pretty cool.
You are now logged onto your addiction.
Start the flight. We're going to turn left on Alpha. And then go to Charlie. There's the ILS critical. It's a pretty cool airport. Alright, we're coming up to 16 right, so we'll turn over to tower, which is 19.3. We'll also put departure in standby, which is 134.2. Then we'll be doing a Vfr departure to the north. I'm assuming he's going to want us to go. Well, we'll see. Come down here and we'll put on our landing lights. Nav and strobes, pitot heat. We don't need pitot heat, just warm. Fuel pump on, flaps are set. Full mixture. I think we're ready to go. The 172 is such a nice little plane. It is, isn't it? If I were to join Snack Air, can I do flights around MSP, or do I have to fly where you can fly anywhere in the world, Tiber? Yeah. You can fly anywhere in the world. And type exclamation join Snack Air for a video on how to join, and there is a wait list right now. Was that desktop unit bought as one thing, or have you made it? That was bought as one thing with a stand, so it comes by itself, and then the stand is separate. Van Nuys Tower, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray, holding short 16 right. We are
Cessna 572 Delta X-ray, Van Nuys Tower, right downwind departure, only 16 right, clear for takeoff, and variable 4.
right downwind departure, clear for takeoff 16 right, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray. So right downwind. That means turn right, right?
Enjoy your flight. Don't let the temps on spot.
Raise some flaps. A little bit off to the off the runway, but Okay, 1500. Still climbing.
San Luis ground, Cessna 625 Delta Lima is at the eastern hangars requesting southeast departure.
625 Delta Lima, San Luis ground, runway 29 or taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha 5 Delta Lima.
13 Delta X-ray, contact departure.
Departure, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray. SoCal departure, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray 2000, climbing 5,500.
572 Delta X-ray, SoCal departure, we're going to contact. United 258, send via Disney 4 Bravo.
Okay, now I'm going to engage the autopilot, but first I'm going to hit this button here to sync my heading. And then I'm going to go autopilot, and I'm going to go heading, and I'm going to do, we'll just do vertical speed, and I'd rotate my vertical speed to just 400 feet per minute is fine. And then I'm going to hit the direct 2 on, as you can see down here. I'm going to rotate that knob, and then I'm going to hit the direct 2 button, activate that, and then I'm going to hit the nav button. Perfect. Usually you do nav and then autopilot. Is that wrong? The way the AP is following GPS? You usually do nav and then autopilot. Yeah, I mean, I went to heading mode first, so I did autopilot first with just a heading mode, just my current heading. I mean, you can set nav and then turn on the autopilot. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if you sync your heading first. Actually, it does. It is.
65 Delta Lima, San Luis Tower, say direction departure.
Imagine if you if you're heading.
5 Delta Lima, left downwind departure, runway 29 for takeoff.
You know,
3305.
Van Nuys is expecting us to go north, correct? So if our heading was west and we hit the heading bug, all of a sudden we're making a left turn. So that's why you want to sync up your heading. Right? So it doesn't go off of what you want to do. Artie, you're going to have a great time. Yeah, you're going to have a great time. Oh, I thought you said doesn't matter if... Oh, I thought you... Okay, I thought you were saying it doesn't matter if you sync your heading first. But you're saying if you sync your heading, it doesn't matter. I misunderstood that, Jim. Sorry about that. I thought you were saying you don't need to sync your heading. Okay. Misread that. All right, there's 3,500. Do a little flyby. We got some traffic out there in the real world. That's real world live traffic injected. Golf course. Golf course. Puff got it. What do you use to inject traffic? You type in !live traffic, and you'll get a link to what I use for injecting the real world traffic. Thank you, Puff. Thank you for playing. Dogo came in second. We got a subscribe.
Hello, John. John Flicks P. John Fly, we Futureman.
Futureman. Captain Tony Stark.
We got a subscribe.
On a 6-month streak of subscription. The subscribe is real. Hello, Dogo. That was fun last night. Sorry I couldn't finish the last 3. 16, 17. Yeah, the last 3. But yeah, that was a good time. Thank you, Captain Tony Stark, for the... did you get the Active Sky X-Plane squared away? What we were trying to tell you is that Active Sky for X-Plane has nothing to do with textures. All it's doing... Yeah, you probably understand it now. All it's doing is... Active Sky for X-Plane is just telling your system what the weather is. And then whatever program you have to draw the weather, that draws the weather, right? So... But I think you had it on historical, if I recall correctly. So, good to see Homie addicted to the golf. Yeah, we got a new golf victim. Yep. How do you like those mountains right there, boys and girls? I think those clouds up there look a little bit different than the norm. Again, we're looking...
Yeah, 258, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
We're looking for differences with SkyMax 4.7 versus 4.8. Yeah, I was just thrown off when I was supposed to be in rain and it was light clouds. Ah, okay.
Yeah, 258 Los Angeles Center. LA altimeter 2973.
So that's United 258 is Brad M, Twitch streamer extraordinaire. How much do you lower your throttle when cruising on what I do, and I'm not sure if it's correct. I must always have that. What I do is I just keep it in the green. So my RPM right here is well within the green. And you just want to watch your oil pressures, your oil temperatures, and then you want to lean your EGT, which I haven't done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take back the mixture knob here, and I'm going to use my joystick throttle, but I'm going to slowly back that out until this EGT rises, which I should have done a while. See how that EGT is starting to rise now? So
Approach Cessna 3260 Papa is done over in the practice area, and I'd like a frequency change back to Whiteman.
Check from the Papa contact Whiteman Tower 135.0 squawk VFR.
Squawk VFR and contact Whiteman 25 straight up. Papa.
So we're bringing the mixture back.
2 Delta X-ray traffic, 3 o'clock, 1.5 miles, same direction, altitude gauge 5,500, type in all.
Okay, negative contact. Should we deviate?
He's still same direction, so he's parallel to you there. So you should be fine for now.
Thank you. Oh, we got the traffic in sight. Thanks. 572 Delta X-ray.
Right.
Oh, something happened on my Thinkorswim. All right, we're at 5,500. We're now increasing up to... I didn't quite peak the EGT. I think I'll still do that. Okay, it's still going up right here. It's going 15. Oh, there it is. There's the peak. So we'll run right around.
326 Lima Papa Whiteman Tower. What are your intentions?
All right, there's fine. And then I
Right,
need
Papa,
to.
left downwind runway 30 clear to land. Wind 310 at 10. That's 15.
I need to switch tanks now to the right tank. So we'll go down here and we'll switch. And we're on right.
United 258 contact SoCal approach 135.4.
I could do both on that fuel selector, but. Any other questions?
Approach, good morning, Unit 258 on the Disney 4. We are 1,005. Oh, sorry about that. We are 15,000. Information Tango.
United 258, SoCal approach, Ontario altimeter 2973.
Brad. All right, according to this, if we look here at the top of our G1000, you can see that we are 53 miles from Charlie November 37. So we got time to check out the stocks, right? How do you compare the Carenado to the default? I prefer the Carenado. I think the default's great, but I prefer the Carenado. It just visually, it's a little more, so aesthetically, it's a little more pleasing. Flight models, they're both great. Now, would I like a rep pack for the Carenado? Yeah, probably. Oh, you bet, Artie. Artie, also join our Discord, because that's the #1 resource. There's so many helpful people that help. They help me constantly. So join my Discord. You can do that by typing !Discord. Thank you, Wolfie. All right, as John Fly does sometimes, he that's gorgeous. That really is gorgeous. Oh, you know what I forgot to say? I forgot to announce that I'm live on the Discord. Yeah, a bunch of great guys over there. Absolutely. Faux show. So as some of you guys have gathered, I've started to learn how to do options training with Thinkorswim. Last week we were doing fake trades, paper trades. Well, we're now really in the market. So we're and again, to kind of back up to the basics, we are not buying stock. And we're not buying and selling stock. We're selling options. And if we happen to be doing what is called a vertical spread, we are buying and selling options within a range, trying to make what's called premium. So it's a whole new way of investing. And yeah, so right now I've got 12 positions here, and these 12 positions are sitting there working for me, and I'm pretty excited about it. Right now, this is V stands for Visa, and like I was mentioning before, we did a five spread, so we bought and sold a put option on Visa. And basically the range is between 160 and 165. Whenever you're selling a put, whenever you're selling a put option, you think the stock is going to go up. When you're selling a call option, you think the stock is going to go down. So with Visa, we're already profitable on this trade that we just placed on Monday. We're already up $35 on this trade. And you can see the profit and loss since open on all of these positions. Now, the ones where I'm down, for example, I'm down in Facebook right now, I don't really mind because my spread, I'm still in line for the spread, and I collected 126.1 Cessna 2 Delta X-ray. Joshua approach, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray, 5,500.
Cessna 572 Delta X-ray, Josh, approach the Palmdale altimeter 2973.
73. Now we're out in the desert. So what? So anyway, so this Facebook, we're not concerned because when we sold, in this case, a call, so we actually think when we sell a call, we actually think Facebook's going to go down a little bit. We collected money. Money was already put into our account. So even though we're down 31 on the right here, we've already collected money inbound. So it's kind of cool. So we're just watching each one of these. I'm looking at my charts. I can detach this chart here, and yeah, we can look at every one of these positions, and the beauty, as you can see here, some of these have what's called negative delta and some have positive delta. So basically what I'm doing is I don't care if the market goes up or down, because I have positions that will make money when the market's going up, and I have positions that will make money when the market's going down. And the idea is to take your profit during these swings, and it's working out great. Yesterday I placed a trade for AT&T on Monday, and I exited the position on Tuesday. Less than 24 hours later, I made $77. I did the same thing with Home Depot. So, like, I placed these trades with very minimal risk. I'll talk about the risk in a second. But I basically have, when you buy a stock, you have a lot of risk because it could just keep going down, 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 down. But when you do these spreads, you're protected on the downside or the upside. It's amazing. Yeah. So, hi John Fly. Tarb 56 is back from the doctor. Hello Tarb. I missed you. Hope you're well. I think you were watching the Gulf stream last night.
Yeah, 258 contact, SoCal approach 128.1.
28-1, you're at 258.
So yeah, this is the
SoCal, good morning, you're at 258, level 8,000.
This is the Think or Swim program. I built it.
60 mile Papa taxi parking via Alpha, enjoy your day.
I built a spreadsheet.
United 258, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter 2973, expect visual approach runway 20, right?
I'll show you the
Expect
spreadsheet.
visual 20 right, you're at 258.
United 258, traffic 1 o'clock, 3 miles opposite direction, altitude gate 7,000, climbing type of nose.
Traffic not in sight, you're at 258.
Yeah, this is real now. Wolfie, this is real. So what I did last night in my boredom.
United 258, traffic alert, traffic now 1230 and 2 miles opposite direction.
Is I built this spreadsheet. Let's just make sure our terrain is okay.
No, 258, no factor.
37, we're good. So I built this spreadsheet, And essentially, if I move the spreadsheet this way, I calculated on each one of those 12 positions, I calculated my max profit and my max loss, my break-even point, how far the spread is, and what type of position, whether it's a put or a call position, a vertical put or a vertical call. This is the current price as of last night on the stock, and then here's my target profit for each position. And then this is the price that I need approximately for that target profit. Back to my aircraft for a second. EVE Online. Is EVE Online like a market situation? I didn't even know. Here's that convective turbulence that was happening. Okay, those... Oh, it's raining now. Alright, I'm going to change my altimeter. So the barrow is now 2975. So anyway, you can see here on this, I know this is probably boring for some of you, but maybe one or two of you are interested. So I'm basically on these 12 positions, my target profit is about $526, right? I've got between, Monday when I place the trades, up until these options expire on June 21st. So I got almost a month. Well, yeah, a little under a month for it to hit my target profit. Some of them are pretty close. Now, what's interesting here is, as you can see, my max profit on Visa.
258 and maintain 3,000.
3,000 at 258.
My max profit on Visa is $189, right? But when you're selling a spread, you collect that money immediately. So they put 100. You can see here they put a $1.89 per share. You know, when you buy a contract, it's one contract, or what is called one lot, is equal to 100 shares. So Ameritrade put in $189 into my account, right? Immediately credit, because I was the seller of the option. So the person who bought the option paid me. So that money's in the account. So my maximum profit is basically what that credit is times 100. So my maximum profit on that is 189. Now my maximum loss is $311, because the difference of basically the max loss is the difference between it's the width of the strikes, so 165 to 160 minus this input, right? So kind of grab your head around that for a second. Grau Adler, good morning. Yeah, this is real money now, Pat Dog. Yeah, we're doing real money now. And everything's looking good. I'm really super pleased. We're actually in the green on... overall, we're in the green quite a bit. So all the options are looking great. Just got to check my plane every once in a while. 29 miles away. So, again, my max profit is 189. My max loss is only 311, right? And it basically, I got money to place the trade, right? So here's a break even. The break even on a vertical put is essentially the short strike minus the entry. So in this case, it's 165 minus the credit that I got equals a break even of 163.11. I'm trying to get $94 profit on this Visa trade. Right now, I'm up $33. So I'm a third of the way to my profit goal on Visa. Isn't that weird? Yeah. So We still have a long way to go to understand all of the nuances of the market and all of the nuances of charting. But what hey dogs, how you doing, dogs? Gilbert checking in. But what?
258, turn right, heading 080.
Right 080, you're at 258.
What has transpired is I was going to be buying options, both put and call options, and they're called naked. And I would, and right then and there, it really did matter whether the market was up or down on that particular equity or overall. And I could lose everything quickly. But Iron Condor Simulations, who's a Twitch flight sim streamer, saw me streaming Think or Swim and immediately said, I need to help John Fly. He is about to kill his situation. He's about to die. So I'm going to help him. So he's been teaching. I've had 6 lessons from him. 6 publicly streamed lessons, and then a bunch of off-stream lessons. And it's a whole new world when you're selling options. It is a completely, it's amazing. And I love how my risk is capped, and I'm not being greedy. I'm not going for the full profit. And the thing is I'm trading big stocks. I mean, if you think about it, Visa is trading for $163 a share. I can't afford to buy a lot of those shares, but I can afford to buy some options. But read the disclaimer below. As you can see here, watch. I'll flash the little thing here on the screen.
Yeah, 258, Downwind Airport, 2 o'clock, 10 miles.
All I'm saying
Airport
is,
second at 258.
I'm not saying to invest.
The Pilotedge approach runway 20 right.
Clear the visual 20 right at 258.
I'm not saying to invest in any particular equity.
Delta X-ray contact Joshua approach 124.55.
2455, 2 Delta X-ray. Joshua approach, Cessna 572, Delta X-ray 5,500.
That's 572 Delta X-ray, Joshua approach, Mojave altimeter 2971.
71. And good morning, United 258.
Good morning, sir.
You can only talk like that when the frequency's not too busy. You've convinced me I'm putting my entire... Don't do that. Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly, Grau. Exactly. I wish you guys would have been here. I should have streamed it live when I took my Intel and my Home Depot profit. I was so proud of myself. All $50, Zach? Well, I wouldn't invest if I were you. It's too much fun, man. All right, can I clear that mountain up there? I'm gonna climb. So I'm gonna change my altitude. So I'm gonna rotate the knob down here to 6,500, and I'm gonna go vertical speed nose up. Oh, and I can rotate that there. Eyes on the sky with the subscribe. That rhymes. Eyes on the sky with the subscribe. We got a subscribe. Thank you, Mitchy Mitch. Thank you for 19 months, Eyes, and do appreciate the support. Jump on PE. You might have Eyes on the Sky come into your Twitch chat for sure. Let's see here. Oh, snack.
Take my land, take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me.
Good job. We'll be in touch soon.
Oh, Not the SEC
Yeah, 258, contact John Wayne Tower, 126.8.
with the $5
Six
dono.
Battalion at 258, good day.
That's awesome. Oh, I got to figure out who that anonymous donor is. Dogs asked where we're landing. We're landing at a place called Charlie November. Charlie.
Yeah, 258, Las Vegas Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind variable 4.
Charlie November 47 or 37. Sorry, it's called Kelso Valley. Autopilot is still in, but our vertical speed was a little bit off, where we were a little too aggressive in our climb, so I'm backing it off to 300 feet per minute. Just over that mountain top, we'll be able to descend. Will there be any John Fly sightings in Orlando? I don't think so. Are you going, Ice? The clouds are looking pretty good on SkyMax. You are? Yeah, I most likely am not going to be there, unfortunately. Can you option a mortgage? What do you mean, Spaceman? I hope not. Thank you, not the SEC, for the dono. Oh, you were making a joke. Okay, yeah. Again, there's something flashing on the screen. I'm thinking that maybe tomorrow or Friday, Iron Condor will be able to join me live on stream again, and he's gonna critique my positions, because one, I did all of those remaining positions I did without him. Altimeter 2977, and I'm curious what he thinks of my positions. So we're gonna go over each position one by one, and he's gonna give me the truth. And the thing about him is he wants to see this theta column, because theta represents time decay on an option, and you basically want positive theta. So in this case, theoretically, just on time decay, just on time decay alone, I'm making $7 a day. But he also wants delta to be what's called neutral, meaning as close to zero as possible. Right now, I'm negative delta, so it's not ideal, but it's not too far off. So we talked a little bit about how you change the delta. Well, essentially, you can see here we got positive and negative delta. So I need positive delta. So I'd have to do something like what I did like on this trade, QQQ. These are spiders. I have to sell another vertical put in order to get a little bit of more positive delta. And that delta is basically it's beta weighted to the SPY. Essentially, if I understand this correctly, this is if the market moves, if the S&P moves $1, this is how either way, this is how I'm affected by it. But I don't fully understand it yet. I don't want to hit that mountain either. On the other hand, Kelso, nice little old railroad, almost ghost town. Drove through there after Expo last year. Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, now we can start our descent. So I'm going to rotate my altitude knob down to field elevation, or pattern altitude, which is 5,000, give or take. I'll go 5,100. I'll do vertical speed.
58 taxi terminal via Alpha. Have a good day. On the ground.
If you think -7 delta is bad, toggle off the beta weighting. Oh yeah, see, -10 without the beta weighting. Yeah, that's good to do that every once in a while. Alright. Joshua approach, Cessna 572 Delta X-ray, cancel flight following, thanks.
2.X-ray radar service terminating. Squawk VFR for exchange approved. Have a great day.
Squawking VFR frequency change approved. U2 572 Delta X-ray. All right, I'm going to hit the code button down here below, and I'm going to hit. Actually, can't I go back and hit VFR? Yeah, I can just hit VFR. And I'm going to bring back my throttle. That's not bad since all of mine are one-sided. It changes to -5 into -150. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. See, Visa's now up. I'm up 38 on Visa now. That's so cool. So technically, I could take profit right there, but it's only a third of my what I want. But I'm not being greedy. I'm not going for the entire maximum $189 profit. I'm just going for 50%, because who likes to get a 50% return on their money? I do. All right, we're going to switch over to 122.8. I don't know if Kelso's CTAF is there or not. C206 stationary, good morning. The one bad thing about what's going on is I would actually like to place some additional positions today, but unfortunately Ameritrade received a check, and I have to wait, I guess, 4 days before they give me full access to the funds on what's called marginable positions, like options, right? So they gave me a little grace period. They gave me a little grace, a little movement of $3,200, so I could risk up to $3,200 in between now and when that check will clear. So, which I'm kind of annoyed that I don't have access to the full account, the full funds, but it's okay. I mean, 12 positions is plenty just to learn, right? And I'm taking it slow. I'm doing one position. I'm doing just one lot, one contract per position, 12 positions. And I'm not risking anything more than my max loss here. My maximum risk is, 367 on any one entry. It's kind of cool. All right, where's my runway? There it is. All right, autopilot off. Let's see if we can make this a buttery landing. Get your landing guesses in now. It won't be on Project Fly. It'll be just the plug-in, so you can do. Well, you should always just do predict, just in case. I should do a downwind, huh? Wind is 11. It's 11 knots. I'm just going to do 1 notch of flaps. It is a dirt runway, and we're being a little aggressive here on our approach, but that's fine. We're out here, cowboys. Cowboys. I guess I wonder if, yeah, that was a little bit of a, I mean, it was 167. It wasn't great, but I'm wondering if the dirt makes a difference or if I just kind of clunked that. I did kind of clunk that, but that's okay. All right. Who got that? Hold that nose off.
Thank
Don't
you
let
for
it
flying,
drop.
John FL.
Yeah, that's
First person to say Bryson DeChambeau wins prize.
that. We'll watch the replay. Last log. Okay, so that was income 2,066, 45 minutes. Rental was 132.32. Fuel was 34.55. Ground crew fee of 206. Distance, no distance bonus. Earnings this flight 1692. Snack Air got 866 and Pilot got 826. M9 Aviation, good to see you.